So, Steph Curry's wife, Ayesha Curry, is getting dragged for the comments that she made on this talk show, Red Table Talk, something like that. Jada Pinkett's show, which looked like a witches' coven meeting to me with all those women over there. I think that show was absolutely terrible. I've seen a few clips, and I don't know why Ayesha Curry would even go on a show like that. Which questions a lot about her character. Anytime you get a group of women together at one of these roundtable discussions, there's gonna be a lot of nonsense coming out of their mouths. That's for sure. Look at The View and look at that other show with Adriana Bailon. I don't even know the name of the show. Anyway, she's getting dragged all over the place. I'm not gonna really drag her. I don't think she's a bad person. I don't think that people are saying, "Oh, she's a thought, she's a hoe, she revealed her true colors." I think there's a lot more to this than that. I don't think it's that simple. It does show how a woman's drug is attention. So she was talking about how over the last 10 years, all these women are throwing themselves at her husband Steph Curry, and that she's getting next to no attention. And how she's not seeking attention, but it'd be nice to know that that she still has it, and that people are checking for her. Guys find her attractive, whatever. Which sounded a bit insecure. I don't think there's anything wrong with thinking that. I think that's kind of natural for a woman. You know, but the problem is you can't verbalize something like that, especially in a public forum like that, and disrespect your husband and embarrass him. And it opens up the doors for people to think like, oh, well, she's not happy. Let me try to talk to her. That's the problem with that statement. I think there's a couple of things that are going on here. I think she's a girl that she got together with Steph when she was very young, and she didn't really get to go out and explore and go through that so-called whole phase, right? So she's probably only really been with him and maybe a couple of other guys. I don't know her whole history, but I know they've been together since they were relatively young, and she had 3 kids with him. She seems like a decent girl, like a wholesome girl, But this is a lot of the stuff is just human nature, female nature. They want attention. Also, the problem is you got to understand the time that we're living in now. This social media world, this world of attention, this world of narcissism. And she's also in Hollywood, which is also a problem too, because she sees other women around her getting a lot of attention, and she's not getting that same attention. And I think the reason why she's not getting that same attention is that she presents more of a wholesome image. So she's really not inviting the attention like these other women that might be in relationships, but they're still exploiting themselves sexually through, provocative photos and the way they dress and things of that nature. So Steph Curry came out and, he defended her, and he wrote a post on Instagram, I believe. And he wrote, that he wrote, "I'm proud of you for being authentic and putting yourself out there, not being afraid of potential bullshit and nonsense that could what the hell that comes at you, something like that." So he writes, "Way more positive than negative with all this. Keep being you. I love you." Now, I don't know, man. That was a simp statement by him. I think he just put that out there just to take the heat off of her. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I don't know if he checked her behind the scenes, but he sounds really weak with that statement. But again, I don't know what kind of conversation they had behind the scenes, so he might have just put that out there. Here's what I get from Steph Curry. Steph seems like he's very reserved. He seems like a nice guy. I'm not gonna go so far to say that he's a beta male. I don't want to go that far. I know he comes from a Christian background. 2-parent household and everything. And the problem is, though, it seems to me like she's the one that runs that household, and I think that he might be very laid back and non-confrontational. And I think that if she was married to somebody with like a super strong personality, I don't think she would have dared gone on that show and said what she said, out of fear for her husband. So I think that she knew she could say that, and that there was going to be no real repercussions. So I think there is a little bit of lack of respect that she has for him, I think, or fear, whatever you want to call it. But I think if she was with somebody else, I don't think she would have dared come out of her face like that. That's you don't embarrass your husband in public like that. It's just not acceptable. Now I don't know if she's gonna turn around and leave him, in a couple years or whatever. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, but it also wouldn't surprise me if they stayed together. You know, the whole moral of this story is that you can't look at other people's relationships because you look at their relationships and you think, oh, they have the perfect relationship. Look, she doesn't have anything to complain about. She's with a high value male. The guy's a superstar, making millions of dollars. He seems like he's a good husband. Seems like he's a good father, but she's still looking for attention, or she just wants to know that she can get attention. She might not even, really do anything. She might not cheat on him or anything, but it's just, they just want attention. And this is true of most women. They just crave attention. And even if it's we're just wasting somebody's time and they have no intention on doing anything, they just want to know that they can. And it is what it is. Steph's he's on the road a lot. So that could also be part of it. He's not really around a lot. He's in the NBA Finals every single year. So that's probably why she's, missing attention, or she feels like she wants more attention, craves it. Not that she necessarily wants to cheat on him. But again, who the hell knows? But shame on Jada Pinkett, man. That show that she has, she's bringing people on there and she's exploiting them and she's taking advantage of her friends and the relationship she has. And she's an absolute weirdo, man. She's a weirdo. Her kids are weirdos. Will Smith, he's a beta, man. He was one of my favorite actors, but I think he's another weirdo too. And you could tell who wears the pants in that relationship. And we all know why Tupac Shakur, why he smashed allegedly back in the day, but he never wanted to wife her because he knew that she was probably crazy. So he did the right thing. Rest in peace, Machiavelli. But those are just my thoughts. Leave your comments. Let me know what you guys think. This is Mike from Bensoners. Keep banging.